And but before I introduce you to Alnoor, I'd like to say something about Shisha. In fact, I've talked an awful lot about Shisha, I've opened an awful lot of exhibitions and written an awful lot about it and talked an awful lot about it. But every time I have to talk about it, it becomes very problematic because where to locate Shisha and how to define it is quite an interesting and quite problematic thing. And but this evening, I'm going to keep it very short, I promise you. But I'd like to, because I've been talking to our Italian friends here, Marco, and I'd like to quote, to recall a phrase that Italo Calvino, the great Italian novelist, actually said. It was at the height of the Thatcher-Reagan era, when materialism was the culture of the day. And he gave this interview to Newsweek, the magazine. And then he died 2 weeks later, not because of the interview, it was he was about 82 by then. And from that interview, he said something that remained with me. And throughout the 30 years, that actually threatened quite a lot of educational and art establishment. And that phrase remained with me, and it was a source of power. And what he said was this: to create wealth, you need competence. To spend it, you need culture. Right? And this is what Shisha is about. It's about creating the mentality, the framework, and the wisdom to actually spending wealth, but also to proclaim that wealth is not measured only in money, but is measured in the cultural mentalities and inner resources of people. And part of that, a fundamental part of that, is to be open to other cultures. No culture on earth is monolithic, because it's like a plant that dies. It's like you cut a flower and that's it. Eventually it'll die. Cultures owe their lives to being open to other cultures and to be influenced by other cultures. And this is the vital function and mission that Shisha actually undertook so many years ago, against the odds. Now, it's not the fact that we've done great things. We have done some extraordinary things, much bigger than we thought we were going to do. But we filled a hole. That gap was needed, sorely needed, badly needed. And the reason for continuing it is that now it's needed more than ever. Now, the big question I'd love to ask the government that is elected, I didn't vote for it, but is when you cut the money, all the money that you saved from, all the cuts and everything else, what the hell are you going to do with it? Right? And, well, that is the problem. But Shisha already has the answer for what to do with the money that they're going to save. Okay? And that's what we hear. And that's why I think we'll retain this passion for what we are doing. Because not only it's right, but it's a positive civilizing influence. And badly needed now, when the forces of iconoclasm have once again taken the reins. Okay? Now, without further ado, we're not going to politicize anymore. I'll introduce my friend Alnoor, who is the director of Shisha. Now, he's been the one who's been the captain. He's been the one, in fact, with the vision. He's been the one who sustained the whole thing, and he's the one with the creativity to make it all happen. Alnoor.
Jacques, thank you so much. I mean, with all those eloquent words, I don't know, I don't know what to say other than obviously what I've written here today. Thank you all so much for coming here tonight. It's fantastic actually to see so many people here. Yes, my name is Alnoor, I'm director of Shisha, the UK's International Agency for South Asia Contemporary Crafts and Visual Arts. Tonight is a very, very special evening. As Shisha is not only launching its first Asia Triennial Manchester ATM for short trailblazer event here at MadLab, the wealth of cultural diversity within Manchester and the Northwest is a great strength, and the ATM sits at the heart of it, offering genuine opportunities for artists and audiences to interact, communicate, and develop creative ideas that are mutually beneficial. The ATM is a conscious intercultural platform or space in which to debate, contest, configure, and reimagine the shifting territory of identity, nationality, and the role of Asian contemporary visual arts and crafts within mainstream culture and society. Artists within the ATM continue to work very closely with their gallery partners, and so the artist's voice is very present in these exhibitions and sets a context in which we can really tease out how identity and authorship is located within creative practice in the 21st century. In 2008, Shisha launched the UK's first ATM and collaborated with 6 strategic partners: Castle Gallery, Chinese Art Centre, Corner House, the International Free, Manchester Art Gallery, and Manchester Metropolitan University. ATM 08 featured 5 stunning venue-based exhibitions, 23 site-specific new commissions, innovative residencies, and publicly cited work by 18 artists from across Asia, and inspired by Manchester and its communities. In addition, audiences of nearly 400,000 visitors were able to see large-scale site-specific work by Subodh Gupta and Rashid Rana. The second Asia Triennial Manchester will launch on the 30th of September 2011 and will run from the 1st of October to the 27th of November at venues and sites across the city and beyond. For our ATM 11 programme, I'm proud to announce that alongside the core ATM 08 partners, we have a number of new venues and other collaborators, including the Whitworth Art Gallery, the Lowry People's History Museum, Cube, John Rylands Library, Jodrell Bank, and others. The programme will explore the theme of time and generation, a broad theme that offers lots of scope to explore issues that are relevant and meaningful today, and to examine and reflect movements and changes in art and culture, community, communication, and connections across the globe and through time. A series of exhibitions, commissions, and interventions by international and UK artists will explore the theme of presenting new site-specific work alongside work not seen before in the UK. An education, community, and events programme will accompany this exhibition, and there will be opportunities for people to get involved and to work with artists developing creative skills. The ATM 11 programme will also include an international film series, music, and other performances. ATM 11 is launched by the first of 3 trailblazers. Made in India is a selection of creative video works made by artists living in Mumbay, Assam, Kolkata, and Delhi, and compiled by Ima Picó, curator, during a research residency in India in February 2010, and presented here at MadLab until the 6th of November. We're also focusing on the Cheetham Hill area and have just received funding from Northwest Vision and Media to create a new film bringing together a range of archival materials and new material generated with communities which explore migration and how this connects culture from different generations of South Asian communities. Also, Chinese Art Centre and Manchester Art Gallery are continuing their project with the Mitha women's group involving international and local artists, the results of which will be shown at an exhibition as part of the main ATM festival in autumn next year. These major initiatives can be risky, but the most important thing is that they happen. Mahatma Gandhi said, "You may never know what results come of your action, but if you do nothing, there will be no result." The results are tangible here tonight, and I'd like to congratulate the artists on a fantastic achievement. Thanks are due to a few people: MadLab for their generous space, and in particular to Hua Yan, I salute you, and David, and curator Ima Picó, who's there with her daughter. you know, she's compiled a wonderful, wonderful exhibition. Sarah Perks and Thomas from the Corner House team for the technical support, and Kwong and Clarissa for offering additional headphones for the show. To our funders for their generous funding, Arts Council of England, AGMA, the Rangunwala Foundation, Vision and Media, and all our partners and freelance staff for having faith and sharing the ATM vision. Tonight, we're also launching our new membership scheme. You can support Shisha for only £25 per year, and this will help us to ensure that the ATM remains a regular event despite the current financial climate. And you can find more details on our website, and I have to thank the team, which, you know, they've been working very hard on the website, and it's actually live today. You know, it's brilliant getting, you know, Wonder who work with us, and Palmer Square, in particular, Helen and Andrew. Helen, thank you. Fantastic work. So please do go and visit our website and, you know, join the conversation online and enjoy yourself tonight. Thank you very much.
www.shisha.net.
Exactly. Sorry, I forgot to mention the critical website, which is www.shisha.net. Yes.
Can I just, I would agree with the closure. Thank you all, but thank the team at Shisha for the work they done. One of my students actually said they were absolutely amazed when they came to work as volunteers to see that the office is manned by about 4 people. And they thought it was stuck about 20, having that kind of output. And that's one of them is a measure of how hard people work, but how ingeniously they work, but also the way in which Shisha makes partnership, and the creation of partnership is extraordinarily important. And I'd like to thank all those who very kindly and willingly and expertly and creatively actually work with us. I mean, names of our customers to mention. But I'd like especially to mention our friends from the Manchester Business School, all here. I mean, I've seen them. And they are creating the economic framework, if you like. I'm so busy to humorous, so I don't know anything about it. But I do know the value of business working in conjunction with culture. And I started with that quotation with Italo Calvino. And without the companionship and the support of business, there wouldn't be art and culture being able to go. Which I think is very important. And I think it's quite extraordinarily important for this initiative because we're working with the Manchester Business School, and in a way, business is a form of communication in the same way. And to actually create the right kind of framework for the sustainability of this idea. So we thank you very much indeed for helping in that project. We think it's absolutely fantastic. And we welcome you here. And we hope that this kind of paradigm of transgression, if you like, and overlapping of interest that seems on the surface incongruent, but in fact with the goodwill and willingness of people, you can actually make connection and meaningful connection to survival. So we thank you all for that. And all those whom I haven't thanked, but you know, from my heart to your heart, that I'm very grateful to you.